Hello my friends, how's it going? Woozitogaming here, and today I'm gonna show you how to beat Ragnaros the Firelord on heroic difficulty. So we're gonna take a look at the game and then at the deck, and I will talk about everything. And yeah, I hope this will be a helpful video for you guys. So, this is a recording. We're gonna beat him with Priest. And yeah, so what he does is, this fight has two phases. The first phase is Majordomo Executus, or whatever his name is. His hero power costs 2 mana and summons a free minion. And yeah, what I mulligan for is some early board control-y stuff. So this is actually a really good hand. Like, we could replace the Dark Cultist with a Valence Chosen or something like that. I just want board control, because my goal against this guy is to have a ridiculous board at some point, and when I face him to Ragnaros, which is the second phase of his fight, he has 30 life, 30 armor, and his hero power is deal 8 damage to 2 random enemies, which really sounds ridiculous, but we're gonna beat him. So I could have Divine Spirited my Light Well and make it a 10-10, but I decided to go for a little bit greedier play, which was playing the Dark Cultist, and I kind of paid for that with the Lava Burst. So now I decide to just use my first Divine Spirit, as I said, to get the board control and everything. And yeah, that's what I'm doing. So yeah, going face there. I thought about it for a second. But yeah, so right now it will be just grinding out a ridiculous board. And yeah, Mind Games is a really good card because he has really ridiculous minions. So this guy plays a lot of Molten Giants. He has the Lava Elementals, Fire Elementals, the Shaman card. 6/5 and they deal 3 damage. And he has pretty strong minions overall, so that's why I play with Mind Games. And yeah, Mind Games actually gave me a nice Molten Giant I can buff and use to build up my board. Sylvanas is the only legendary I have in my deck. I find her very useful. So yeah, also Core Hounds, Molten Giants, which are very good to get with Mind Games. A Fire Elemental is not the worst thing to get.
Let none survive.
Clearing the board, going for a little bit of face damage. If you get something like a Flame Walker with Mind Games, that's very unfortunate, but you'll probably need like 2, 3, maybe even 5 tries to beat this guy, but I actually got this fight done faster than I expected. So yeah. One of the 2 inner fires can be used for board control because I have another one in my hand, and we will need that later, and you guys will see why. So right here we'll clear the board and draw some cards with Circle of Healing, just to have all the answers. It's really about having the answers to everything he plays. So the Shadow Madness is in the deck because you can kill 2 hero powers with it. Obviously Power Word Shield. I have 1 Light Spawn, but it's not really needed. I feel it's good. You could replace it with something. And yeah, try to make sure that his Fire Elementals can't kill your minion. He has a few Fireballs, but yeah, he wasted 1 on my Giant before. So that's pretty good for me. Yeah, the Fire Guards are another card he has a bunch of in it, so Pretty much strong minions all the way, his hero power. You really have to go for favorable traits. That's the most important thing in this fight. I will trade my Sylvanas into his 3/3 and then I will trade away my my cleric because I don't need him anymore. I draw so many cards with it, so it's fine.
Let none survive. Right away. Right away.
Sludge Belcher is obviously very good because he blocks 2 attacks no matter what. And blocking 2 attacks against strong minions is really good. The reason I don't attack with my Molten Giant is Molten Giant. I don't have the answer against like him playing 3, 4, I don't know how many Molten Giant for free. That's why I keep him at 18 life. So here I draw the answer for his Molten Giant. I play another Mind Games. And this board of me looks really strong, but it's not strong enough, trust me. As I see this fight, you really have to grind it out and get a ridiculous board. And you will see why. So yeah, I don't attack. Again, I still don't feel like I have the perfect answer for all the Molten Giant he can slam when I put him to low life. So we keep him at 18. 18 is fine. He plays 1 Molten Giant for 8. That's perfectly fine. I can deal with that. And yeah, now we're soon starting to become very aggressive. So yeah, I was thinking about Divine Spirit, my light dude, to make him a 14/14, but actually that's not strong enough. Even it would have been a good play, but I wanted to get the most power out of it, and what we end up doing is a bit more interesting. So I wasn't exactly sure how much health my Molten Giant has, but he has 14 now and it's not full life. So what we can do is actually, so yeah, that if I did double the light dude, that would have been a bit mistake. So we heal this up to full life, and make him a 30/30, which he can't deal with a 30/30. It's just he doesn't have like super hard removal. He only has all his fireballs, fire elementals, etc. But a 30/30 minion is just too strong for him. And yeah, this dude will be our win condition. So I'm thinking about maybe playing fire elemental. But yeah, again, I still don't wanna get him really low. Alright, there we go. Now we have the board we need. I still don't attack him, because it's simply not needed. We don't have to attack him. He can fireball that. We don't need that. That was just an extra threat on the board, just in case. Okay, and now we can deal the 18 damage, face him, and then after we face him, we can two-shot him with our Molten Giant. So that's exactly what we do now. There we go, that's the face. We still have our 4/4 to clear something he can play. But yeah, we don't even need him. We don't need the 4/4. It's just there in case. So yeah, we face him, and after you face him, you really have to kill him fast. That's why we waited for our 30/30 minion, because his hero power will wreck you. It's ridiculous. Like every turn, 8 random damage to 2 enemies. That's just too strong. I just play another 4th seal because at this point I pretty much win. I just clear the board. It's everything I do now is just better safe than sorry, right? But the Molten Giant will carry from now on. So yeah, you will see his hero power now. It's a pretty sick hero power. But yeah, we got him. 30/30 Molten Giant, just too strong. And that was Ragnaros the Firelord on Heroic. Now we will take a look at the deck and talk a little bit about it.
The mountain is mine! Mine!
Okay, so first of all, why Priest? Because of this inner fire combo. Like, Priest is probably the class you can get the strongest minions out of it. And yeah, that's the deck. So I will kind of explain why I have all these cards. So, Circle of Healing is just to get my health up if something traded or so. To get a better Divine Spirit inner fire combo. And also, Circle of Healing together with Northshire Cleric can draw you a lot of cards. I only have one Northshire Cleric because I feel like one is enough. Like you don't play your Northshire Cleric on turn 1. You keep him until you can heal up a few minions and draw a few cards, because you need some card draw. You need the answers. Okay, for our early game we have the Light Wells, we have the Shadow Word Pain, we have the Dark Cultist, Valence Chosen. All that stuff is to get board control in early game. You that's what you wanna do. I have Thought Steal because he has really good cards, like all the Molten Giants, etc. I also took 2 Molten Giants. Mind Games on the first hand, it's also for Molten Giants. So you want to try to spam your board with Molten Giants. Okay, I have a Light Spawn in this deck because it's like really good with Valence Chosen, with Divine Spirit. It's something you can also buff up to 30/30 or something. Okay, I have the Light Bomb. If I fall behind, I feel like Light Bomb is a card that can still bring you back. You can obviously not take Light Bomb, maybe need a few more tries and be more lucky with like what he clears and board presence, etc. And yeah, then there's Sylvanas, which I find very useful. You saw that in my game. I cleared lots of minions with Sylvana. I stole a Molten Giant, so actually a really strong power boost. Yeah, I took like 4 tries, I think, with this deck or similar versions of it. This is obviously the final version I beat him with, but before I submitted a few cards. Like, I didn't have... I don't even know what I changed, to be honest. I changed a few things, and this is the version I feel like it's really good. Maybe you can even take out the Molten Giants and replace them with more stuff that goes for board control and other ways of flooding your board with strong minions. Maybe stuff like I don't know, pretty much whatever, like the 1 mana card which copies 1 card of his hand, stuff like that. Okay, so what is really important, and I will say it again, I said it already, the important thing is to 2-shot him after facing him, okay? So that's the one thing you have to keep in mind, because Ragnaros' hero power is just ridiculous. So make sure you have 60 damage in 2 turns. That's important. And another important thing is to keep in mind that he has a lot of Molten Giant. So if you get him to 10 HP or lower, he will flood his board with Molten Giant. So if you don't have a way to deal with all the Molten Giants, simply don't get him low. Alright? 18 life is fine, maybe 15, just make sure. Like, if he has 15, he can obviously play 2 Molten Giants, right? So keep that in mind, have answers, and other than that, you have to be a little bit of lucky that he doesn't clear too much in the early game. Alright? So, I hope I helped you guys, because this boss is actually on the more difficult side, as I feel. And yeah, have fun in Blackrock Mountain. I hope you can beat this guy. You can send me suggestions with to beat him with other decks or whatever. If you want to see some other bosses beaten, leave it in the comments. I will try to do it. When you need some help with, I don't know, Next Ramos or something, I haven't done all the Next Ramos bosses myself, but basically anything, suggestions, etc., like feedback, I'm more than happy to read your stuff in the comments. Alright? So, the deck will be in the description, and yeah, I will see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye bye.